Hello everybody and welcome to Sin City Living. My name is Jason. I'll be bringing you today's episode. Now, most of the updates and things for the channel we're putting at the end of each video so that people can skip right through it, skip right to it and hear about it, or just not watch that portion at all. But a couple things that I do want to bring up real fast, doing a couple of small changes to what we're doing here. Kind of going back to the roots, going back to the basics. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the strategies. And please email us any strategies you would like us to shoot videos on, even if it's ones we've already done in the past, over the past year and a half. I can't go through all of our videos and dredge up all of the strategies so I can remember them all. So please, please, please email them to us. And this is how I'm going to do it. Each one is going to be a series of videos. I'm going to do the initial video where I will present the strategy, go over it, analyze it, talk a little bit about the strategy, some of its strengths, some of its weaknesses. And then I will shoot another video or a series of videos. It's going to be 2 or 3 videos of how it stacks up on the statistical likelihood rolls. 15 rolls without a 7, 30 rolls without a 7, 45, and 60. How it would stack up on basically 10 minute to hour and a half long rolls. And that will be split up into 2, sometimes maybe 3 videos, depending on how long it takes. And then after that, I will shoot another video where we will do that particular strategy under some live rolls. Now, the live roll strategies, the live roll videos, those are going to be going on the Patreon site for our patrons. But the other 3 to 4 videos will be on our regular YouTube channel. After that, I'm going to stitch all of them together, except for the live roll, but I'll stitch all the rest of them together into one long video for our daily premiere, where everyone is able to chat with each other and amongst themselves. Hasn't quite gone the way I was hoping it would go, but one unexpected bonus to it is that I have noticed that there's been a lot of chat going on between the fans. So I'd like to continue that, keep that going. So we'll continue doing these premiere videos so that everybody can chat with each other. And I go through the chats and get ideas for videos and stuff like that, because while I'm doing these strategy series, I'm still going to have the other videos in between, plus crossfires and stuff like that when I can get Louie. Thank you, by the way, to West and I believe it was East Coast Craps for the support on today's premiere. We really, really appreciate that. It's going to be very helpful for us to continue growing the channel. And thank you also to everybody for the coffees. Very appreciated. Very, very appreciated. I am living on coffee right now. With all of that being said, sorry for how long it took, we're going to go ahead and jump into today's video. So for today's video, in our going back to the basics bit, we're going to discuss the Iron Cross. The Iron Cross is one of the most popular strategies out there, and I mostly blame YouTube for that, which is kind of funny being on YouTube right now. In reality, the core Iron Cross, despite how incredibly popular it is, the core, most basic Iron Cross is actually not that good of a strategy. But it does have some potential for sure. So what is the Iron Cross? So we're going to look at this on I'm torn between a $15 or a $10 table. We're going to look at this on a $10 table. We'll keep it a little bit more basic. Look at it as if it's a $10 table. So the Iron Cross is irrespective of the point. Okay? You are betting these 3 numbers, the 5, the 6, and the 8. So even if the point happens to be an 8, you're still going to place it. Now, if the point is any other number, you're still going to place these 3 numbers. Now, why these 3 numbers? 5, 6, and 8. Because you are also going to play the field. So what you will notice, we're on a $10 table like we mentioned, so $10 field bet, but the other numbers are actually at least 1 unit higher. A proper Iron Cross on a $10 table would be 3 units each on the 5, 6, 8, and then table minimum on the field. Now, the idea behind this, the intent behind this, is that you are theoretically getting paid on every single number. That's the idea, that's the intent, that's the hope. Now, if you just play just this and just same bet, same bet, same bet, same bet, this is actually a really crappy strategy. Most strategies, if you just same bet, same bet, same bet, same bet, are really crappy strategies. Now, how you play is dependent upon what your goals are. Are you looking for those shorter rolls? Are you looking to play to take advantage of the shorter rolls, the medium rolls, or are you looking for the exceptional rolls, those rolls that go 10 minutes or longer? What is your goal? What is it you're shooting for? Are you shooting for the 30-minute rolls, shooting for the hour-long rolls? Now, why is this so weak if you just same bet? Just like, again, any strategy or most strategies. Because look at what you win. Now, with the 2 and the 12, you're going to win double or triple, but those are extraordinarily rare. They're rare enough that they're I can't say statistically irrelevant because they do come up 1 in 36 times, but pretty damn rare. So in general, if you hit a field number, you're going to make $10. If you hit a non-field number that's not a 7, you're going to make $11 because these all pay 21, but you have to replace your field bet that lost, so you're only banking $11. So figure you're going to bank 10 and a half bucks on average. We'll even go with the $11, right? So you're going to bank $11. Now, what do you have at risk here? You have $61 in play, 51 inside or 51 on the 5, 6, 8 if the point were something else, and the $10 in the field, $61. So at $11 per win, it takes you 6 hits just to be even when the 7 out comes. When the 7 out comes, you lose $61. So it takes 6 hits to break even. You'll have a small bit of profit there as well, but if you get 5 hits, you're actually losing money. Now, a 7 comes 1 in 6 times. So more often than not, you're going to be losing money on this, which means that you need an exceptional roll just to make back some of your losses. Now, what are some of the ways you can make this better? Don't same bet. Just like most strategies, same bet, same bet, same bet, you lose money. So what are some of the variations that people will do? One of the most common variations, probably the most common variation, right? And I'm going to ignore the ones that I call the Iron Cross stupid and stuff like that, where you're not placing these, but you're hopping them, because that's absolutely terrible. But expanding out the Iron Cross. Expanding out the Iron Cross. And pressing up these numbers right here. Now, expanding out means that you end up placing all of the points. Basically, you're going from this 51 inside to 96 across, including the point. And the way that most people will do it, or on this particular variation, the way that they will do it, is when a field number hits, they will use that to place the number. Right? Now, you can be at the table minimum on these units because you're getting paid in both of these. The reason that you're above the table minimum here is because you're still trying to win some money. If you only did $10 here, table minimum, and 10 here, you would win 14, but you would have to replace this. You would win a whopping $4. You don't want to win a whopping $4 on almost half of the available rolls. Because right here, between these 3 numbers, you have 14 of the 36 combinations of the dice. When you take out the 7, of which there are 6 combos, you have 14 of the 30 non-losing combinations of the dice. You have almost half of the combinations. You don't want to be winning $4 frickin' every time there's a hit. You're wasting your time at that point. So that's why these are higher, but here you're not losing this field bet. So you can expand out, using the field, you can expand out to the 9, then eventually to the 10 and the 4. And at this point, you can even let your field bet drop. At that point, you would only, if you took this away, you would only be winning, or you only be not winning any money on horn numbers, 2s, 3s, 11s, and 12s. So what you could do a $4 horn. $4 horn, you're going to win $27 or you're going to win $12. Either one is still better than the $10 on the field, although that 2 and that 12, you would win either 20 or 30 if the 12 is a triple. However, on a 2 or a 12 on a $4 horn bet, you're going to win $27. Or you could even do a $5 horn bet and win 33, do a horn high 12, something along those lines. But those don't come all that often either. So you could expand it out and then you could drop your field bet. Now, what about when these numbers hit? Well, when these numbers hit, people tend to not expand out, but they tend to press these numbers while they are getting their field bets back. Since these paid 21, this would lose. They would get paid their $21, replace their field bet, let's say an 8 rolled. Press their 8 a unit and bank $5. There we go. They are done. Now the advantage to doing this is that, one, you get all the numbers, so you would get paid double if these hit and you still are in the field. And two, as these numbers slowly press up, one of the big points behind every single strategy out there is they are trying to catch those statistically anomalous rolls, where one number rolls more times than it should. And today, I had, I think it was a 6, but we had a 6 roll 14 times on a 10, 12-minute roll. It wasn't a very long roll at all. 14 times. For those of you guys that have watched my power press videos, you know how much that could have been won on that. I mean, you're at table max on the 8th at the latest, on the 8th hit. That means there would have been 6 times where you would have collected. If you're on a $2,000 max bet table, you'd be at $2,400. So you would collect $2,800 6 times if you were part of that roll. Not counting anything else that you might have collected, but that was the only one that I recall rolling that many times. The 5 came really close. 5, I think, rolled 6 times. So you're looking for those statistically anomalous rolls. Well, by pressing up your bet slightly, let's say another 8 rolled, a second 8. Okay? Now this time, since you're already at 24, you just go to 30, you replace your field bet, and this time you have banked $12, right? But what about that third time? Well, that third time, you throw in your $2, go to 42, because now you're probably going to be in a mid-press situation, and now you bank a green. What if you get that lucky fourth one? Of course, you have to replace this, so you only bank $15. But what if you get, let me do it this way. What if you get that next hit? That next hit, go to 60, this came down, $31, you make 21 as you're replacing this number. And now it keeps on going. Now, from here, most mid-pressers are going to go to 90. Bank $30, replace your field, you're all set. Catch another one, 105. Bank $65, replace your field. So that's one of the more common ways of manipulating the iron cross. Probably the most common way. Use the field to expand it out to the other numbers, and when the inside numbers hit or the 5, 6, 8 numbers hit, you just press those up slightly. So I hope you guys find this interesting, illuminating, enlightening, or at least just plain fun. Next, we're going to see how this would perform under some decent rolls. 15 rolls without a 7, 30, 45, 60, going off statistical likelihood. So thank you everybody for watching. We will catch you guys next time. Bye now. Thank you everybody for watching today's video, and as promised, a little bit more detail on things that we are working on. So again, we want to continue trying to expand the channel. We're really hoping to be able to add roulette as soon as possible, and then some video keno, video slots, stuff along those lines. Unfortunately, it ate up almost all of our cash, paying off all of our bills during the month of January while we were down. And now that the holidays have ended, YouTube's payouts have dropped significantly. So we're kind of treading water here as far as all that goes. Do have a lot of things we want to add, though. Not just those things, those additional games, and hopefully some carnival games and such like that. But the live streams. The biggest problem right now with the live streams is with 3 jobs combined between the 2 of us, 4 if I include the 20 to 30 hours a week I'm putting into the YouTube channel. It's very, very difficult for me to have a day and time that I can commit to doing the live stream every single week, because we also have our very young child to take care of. But I'm trying to figure that out. I'm thinking it's probably going to end up being on Monday nights or Tuesday afternoons, or possibly both. I intend to do at least one live stream exclusively for our patrons, and then another one on the YouTube channel. So possibly both days. We also have a few other things that we really want to attempt to move forward on. I'm just running into either time or skill set issues. I do want to eventually have a website going for us. I did used to program websites over a decade ago. A lot of things have changed, and I just don't have that time. Not a whole lot of knowledge on the current state of building websites, hosting what sites can host, and how to build up the e-commerce stuff. So if anybody has any skill sets along those lines and would like to answer some questions or just help us out, shoot us an email, sincitylivingLV@gmail.com. Also, I really hope to be able to start adding some exclusive stuff from Sin City Living, logoed shirts, hats. I'm looking to get custom dice made, even custom layouts made, although those would be pretty expensive. But I know zero about e-commerce and drop shipping and anything along those lines. So if you have any skill or knowledge in that area, please email me. I would love to ask you some questions and see if you can answer a few to help me figure out how to get that going. Same thing with designing our logos. I had some logos designed, very, very small logos, unfortunately, not big enough to blow up to put on t-shirts and stuff like that. And again, I know I know nothing about logo design, graphic design, any kind of websites that could do it. I literally know nothing. So if you have any skill or knowledge in that area also, please email me, and you're willing to answer some questions, please email me and let me know. I'll admit I don't even know where to start as far as asking some questions, but I'm sure I'll ask a few, and that'll trigger a few more, so on and so forth. So yeah, there's that, and of course we do hope to continue to improve our AV setup, but I am an AV moron, so also right there, if you have any skill sets or knowledge in that area, please email me, and are willing to answer some questions. Please email me and let me know. We would love to help. Otherwise, again, thank you everybody for watching, and we're very excited to continue bringing you our videos. Bye now.